right, Commissioner Ace Coach 704, PEL Primetime Elite League. We're taking a look at some standings right now. You got the Vikings at 9-1. In the NFC North, you got the Lions at 5-5, Packers 2-7, Bears 2-8. Really, 4-game lead for the Vikings. You think this is pretty much wrapped up here in this division. Lions have an outside shot at a wild card. Packers and Bears start preparing for next season, guys. I hate to say it, but doesn't look too good for you. NFC South, you got a pretty good race here. You got the Panthers at 9-1, Falcons at 7-3, Bucks 5-5 now, and the Saints at 2-7. The Bucks won a game tonight, 10-9 over the Giants, to put them at 5-5. Panthers with a 2-game lead and 1 game in hand with the Falcons, so they sit in a pretty good spot right now. But the Falcons still have an outside shot at the division, but the Falcons are also in a good spot for the wild card. Bucks still have some wild card hopes at 5-5, and the Saints are looking forward to next season down in New Orleans. And in the NFC West, we got the Seahawks at 9-0. Obviously, well, that's that a 4.5 game lead over the 49ers right now in that division, so they pretty much got it locked up. 49ers at 5-5. The Cardinals are also 5-5. Both of them have some wild card prospects. And then you got the Rams at a very disappointing 3-7, and you gotta hope that they'll bounce back next year, and I expect that they will, in all honesty. And then in the NFC East, you got the Redskins at 7-2, Eagles 4-5, Cowboys 2-8, and the Giants at 1-9 now. Redskins are in a pretty good spot in this division, 3-game lead. They do play the Texans tomorrow in a big interconference matchup. The Eagles, I can't remember who they play, but I don't think they've played yet. The Cowboys are playing better. They'll be tough down the stretch. And the Giants obviously are still playing tough. They had a tough loss tonight against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In the AFC and the AFC North, we got the Ravens at 7-2, Browns 7-3, Bengals 3, and I believe 3-6, and the Steelers are now 0-9 or 0-10, one or the other. They hadn't won a game. So you got a 2-team race here in the AFC North between the Ravens and the Browns. Need to see if anyone's won the first matchup, if they got a tiebreaker. I think the Ravens might have won the first matchup, but I'm not sure. But that'll come down to Week 17 between those two guys. The Bengals are playing better, but they did lose in their 3-game winning streak. And the Steelers are close, and they'll get over the hump here pretty quickly, I'm sure. Okay, tough division. AFC South, you got the Texans at 8-1. We already mentioned their tough game with the Redskins coming up tomorrow. The Jags at 7-2. Titans at 7-2. Colts 3-6. Colts are on auto. They're not a factor. This is going to come down to Week 17 also. Any of those three guys could win this division. And it's going to come down to the end. I know for sure. And then in the AFC East, we've got the Dolphins on top at 8-2. The Bills 3 games behind at 5-5. Patriots 4-6, and the Jets 2-8. After being active in the league, the Patriots and the Jets have been quiet lately, probably because they hadn't been winning. That's what happens when people don't win; they get quiet. So speak up. But we know the Bills are a pretty good player, and the Dolphins have really quietly gone to 8-2 here. And we'd love to see, what the secret is in Miami, because I hadn't seen many streams, but obviously they're playing good football down there. So we got some real good races going on here in the PEL. In the AFC West, we got the Chargers at 6-4, Chiefs at 4-6, Broncos at 4-6, and the Raiders 2-7. It's really honestly a 3-team race now. The Chargers have not pulled away like we're used to seeing, and the Chiefs and the Broncos are only 2 games behind, and the Broncos beating the Chargers head-to-head helps out and keeping that race pretty tight. So be interesting to see how it comes out down the stretch. All right, guys, that's a look at the standings here, Week 11 in the PEL, Primetime Elite League A, Daddy League's Elite League. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it.